All right, so we'll move on to 8.7, which is going to be shared evolutionary relationships, and also if for evidence that we have that supports shared evolutionary relationships. So within a population or within a species, how is variation created? And we talked about this with the reproduction unit. So with sexual reproduction, there is an equal chance of any allele to be combined with another allele from another organism. So what this results in, long story short, is the very high probability of each offspring that is produced sexually to have a genetic or be genetically unique from other organisms within that species. Mutations can also cause variation. So a mutation is a change in DNA. Mutations on somatic cells can localize changes and may not affect the whole body. Remember what somatic cells are all cells except sex cells. Mutations on gametes or sex cells can cause changes that affect the whole body, as every cell in the body will have that mutation. Other sources of variation, you have polyploidy. So this is when an organism has extra sets of chromosomes. We typically only see this in plants, seeing as in animals it's typically life-threatening and those organisms don't normally survive. So when two plants reproduce, the result offspring may have more chromosomes than either parent. When gametes are formed, an error can occur during that process, causing a cell to have too many chromosomes. In plants, polyploidy offspring are often more hardy and they result in better crops. So what evidence do we have? What can we look at to say, yes, there is evidence of shared relationships? Well, first off is geology. So you know and I know that based off the layer of rock that a fossil is found in can be related to how old that particular fossil is. So older fossils found in deeper rock layers can be compared to fossils found in more recent rock layers to see if there are any characteristics that are shared between those organisms. Biochemistry, so organisms with similar biochemistry share a similar ancestry. So development is more specifically embryological development. So organisms that are closer related will have similar embryos and will have developed similarly, and they will show very similar characteristics at different points of development. We've talked about this already once. Comparative anatomy. So organisms with similar anatomies share a similar ancestor. As anatomy becomes more differentiated, organisms share less ancestry. Homologous structures are important in this particular study. Physiology. Organisms with similar physiology have similar ancestry. As the process of different organisms differ to a greater degree, those organisms share less ancestry. Cladogram. A cladogram is a diagram that classifies organisms according to their evolutionary relationships. So derived characters, these are characteristics that are shared by most recent common ancestry. So as we move up or from left to right on a cladogram, we get more and more distant from the original ancestor. An outgroup. So an outgroup is a group without any derived character and is the most primitive group. It serves as a reference when determining evolutionary relationships. And we'll work on it in class, and I'll put out another video of how to do a cladogram. So that is the end of 8.7. Be sure you complete the form that goes with this, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.